still. Okay, Google, pause. Okay, Google, pause. What you call it? I tried watching that. It was one of those movies you get home at the end of the day, you want to watch a movie real quick.
Yeah.
And I tried watching that movie like 5 times or so. And every time I put it on, I would fall asleep right right at the beginning. And people used to be like, yo, how you fall asleep? And I'm like, B, like, you don't get it. Like, it's just, I find it to be kind of slow.
The gunfight, yeah.
And then, but then once I got past the beginning and I got into it, like, it's a dope ass movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those first couple of go at it were rough. Heat, dope ass. But yeah, I confused them. But golfing ones, I'm gonna confuse these motherfuckers forever. Like, I'm not even gonna be able to control myself, to be honest with you.
I believe it.
Oh, I gotta do the count. Wait. Show the screen. Let's go here. Boop. Bada boop. Just again, you guys work yourselves in here. I think this is YouTube. They're already up. I didn't even look at your. I'm bugging, ain't I? I didn't look at your shot. Actually, it's a good shot. Sit back for me. Yeah, that works. It's only you. Okay. I had to change all of these camera settings around the other day when we did that shot. Because I didn't have them programmed right, to be honest with you. I had the right camera feeds wasn't in the right camera names. So then when I tried to do that shit the other day with the 3 cameras, I had to actually put them all in their right names, and I had to readjust all the scenes and all little shits. Alright, what are you working on? Where's that remote? Let me know if you see an Amazon Fire Stick remote somewhere.
Check over my TV. God damn, my legs hurt. Yeah, here it is. I'm finally back. I feel like I'm close to being back on my workouts. I just have to deal with the pain of being back with my workouts. I hit that field earlier and was going. I said, "Oh yes, I haven't ran like this in a long time." I was going through the motions. Now I'm back. Plus, them NFL niggas who were working out by me gave me motivation.
Oh, sweet, nice.
Yeah, a lot of them niggas out there, but the younger ones.
Yeah.
Tua, J.K. Dobbins for the Ravens, Jets running back. Who else?
Leon Washington?
No.
I'm sorry. You know what
the one they just drafted, P-Rhyme, LaMichael P-Rhyme. Yeah. Who else was there? Jerry Jeudy was out there.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of weird shit like that, did you see the video?
You recording right now?
Kind of, sorta.
Like little preview coverage.
Yeah, kind of, sorta. Like okay. we're already recording. I
saw the timer had started going. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and we're recording and we're pushing to YouTube already, and then the actual audio we're gonna use, that's already streaming. I didn't even give Podbean like any love yet. This is all. You know what? Let's give them. Let's give them that to hold on to while we just. You know how I like to sneak by, cause I wanted to sneak
about the message that right now, like it's Freaky Friday slide.
Oh shit! My message on. Yeah.
I always message Chill Will. Chill must be very deep in business right now in work.
Could be. And not to mention, like we all on a time where most normal motherfuckers is working.
But nah, I mean, Chill hasn't been on a Wednesday in a while too. If you think about it.
But how do we even get to Carson Wentz and golf? You talking about what the fuck are you talking about?
Good question. No, because they were talking about on the podcast. They were talking about receivers for Detroit to draft because they were like, oh, they gotta get golf someone to throw the ball.
And I was like, I thought Carson Wentz was. Oh yeah, okay, never mind. I know exactly how we got into that.
Yeah, and then you said, you played Indianapolis? No, that's Carson.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. He was like, you said golf, and I was like, oh, he's in Indy. He's like, no, he's in Detroit. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I'll be confusing them forever. That's why, because LA got rid of their quarterback. They have
Stafford.
I hate football sometimes, man. But enough for nothing. Like this is the part of being a fan. Like, I just want to see how these all new pieces work together. Every single year, you just want to see how these new pieces fit. And that's kind of the beauty of sports. Mm-hmm. Like every year, you want to see, who got the puzzle right. That's the reason when people tilt the scale, like in their favor, you're like B.
Like Tampa.
Like Tampa and Tampa, like LeBron has done this like since he left Cleveland the first time. Like, you know what I mean? Like
they about this. Let me say that for sure. Show quality.
I mean, the show technically is on.
Well, yeah. They about to snatch Blake Griffin. So.
The Lakers?
Mm-hmm. That's what I think. Because he's not going back to the Clippers.
Oh,
he's not going back to the Clippers.
Did you give them that? Oh,
yo.
Just think, guys.
You don't fuck with Ballmer. I don't see him fitting with the Warriors. Why? Nets, maybe, but I don't see that. Playing with DeAndre again, I don't really think he and KD ever fuck with each other like that. LeBron will take any and everything.
Listen, LeBron is like...
LeBron is the hoe.
You don't know?
LeBron is the hoe who will take anything.
LeBron is that Death Row Records back in the day. Like, if you are a superstar and you're tired of being in this league without having any rings, come see me. That's what he's basically saying. If you've been in this league 7+ years and you got no rings, come holler at me. I'll come help get you to the promise, and it's all about you. Master manipulator. Come on now, look how he manipulates his like, you hear Stephen A. talk about his narrative all the time in the media. You don't think he's manipulating all these young fanboys to help get him rings? Mm-hmm. He ended up learning what Dwayne Wade did to him. He's like, damn, even my own mans did it to me. He's like, what you always say, Kev? You be your own peoples.
You be your own peoples.
As Metro's Mercury grade approaches, I shall create the illest podcaster known to mankind.
But Master, what are you going to do?
Howard Stern, Stephen A. Smith, Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle.
Why Dave Chappelle?
'Cause he's a funny motherfucker. Jay-Z.
Jay-Z?
Because he has money, you fucking dickhead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Master. I'm very sorry.
The heart of India. The strength of a black man. And the pride of a Spaniard. I present to you MyT. It's alive.
He's walking, Master. He's walking.
MyT Sports.
This is that time, huh?
Mm-hmm. Freaky Friday.
And welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I'm your host, the one and only Talentor My Taylor. It is another Enfuego Day and I'm just fucking.
As you can tell from that intro, it is a Freaky Friday on the MyT Sports Podcast.
Yo, it is definitely a Freaky Friday on the MyT Sports Podcast. And again, it is another En Fuego day in the hottest city in the world.
Definitely.
I am your host, the one and only Diamond Throw My Taylor. I got my co-host, KJ the Quiet Stone. Okay, say what's up to the people real quick.
It's Freaky Friday. I'm in a great mood. Oh! Now I just need some sex to top it off.
Yo, he over here sounding like, yo, the sun is shining, the weather is sweet, make him want to move his dancing feet to the rescue.
Factory.
Yo, he sound like my breath inside. Shut up, chill, yo.
Now all I
Shut
need,
up, chill.
now all I need to go is go to the damn beach and see women in sundresses.
Yo.
Oh.
Yo,
And my cousin in town from the Bronx over chilling in Miami. Yo, it's lit.
I ain't gonna lie.
Like, I'm outie. I'm trying to be laid up on a fucking hotel area by the poolside vibing.
I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking about the beach earlier today. Like, actually, the person I was on the phone when you walked in. We was talking about the fucking beach. I was like, she was like, I need some vitamin D.
And I need to unwind.
And she was like, yo, like these cheeks are looking kind of.
Oh no! The cheeks are looking pale.
And she's a brown bunny too.
Oh yeah, brown skin lady. Hey.
Oh shit! So that shit was funny. Like the beach was kind of on my mind today. I was like, hey, oh hey, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? I was thinking about that shit. Fuck. It is March 5th. They said we was gonna have highs of 85. I think, but real feel is gonna be like 93 already. But it's nice and cool outside today.
It feels good.
It feels nice and cool. I guess it's partly cloudy. One of my windows almost didn't go up today. I was like, that shit kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, fuck. Like, don't. So,
like, don't play me right now.
if your window doesn't go up, right? What's the first thing that you do?
Try to open another window.
I'm trying to put it up, not go down. I'm trying to put it up.
Trying to open another window.
Somebody punched the door from the inside. I'm trying to jumpstart that motor.
You playing around with the knob and shit.
I'm over here like, I can hear it in there. And I was like, bitch, work. I'm like, see, gotta be raising my voice.
You gotta raise your voice, cuss at the thing, and then you see me. I'm the nigga. I get mad sometimes. I'm like, yo, you done made me have to curse. Yeah. You get violent for no reason. If I'm gonna curse, I at least want it to be for a reason. I don't want it because I'm trying to open my damn door, open my damn window. I'm like, man, come on, man. I'm trying to make it upstairs, and you not helping me out here.
Real, I was trying to go to the store. I had a job to do real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, you fucking up the guap that's needed to keep you running, right?
You see, I don't go out make the money, I lose you. Now what the fuck you gonna go do, window?
For real. I already gotta put it back in the shop. Actually, I gotta take it to the shop and ask them what the fuck why is this light on? We just came out of the shop a week ago. So let's actually get into the sports. We got a lot to talk. We got the Knicks finishing strong. We may possibly have 2 belt Izzy by the end of this weekend. We got the NBA All-Star Weekend act going on as well. We got the trade deadline coming about and a whole lot more. Listen, this is season 6, episode 92, excerpt 285 of the MyT Sports Podcast. And you already know what we say, regardless of the time.
Take that.
That's why we never really start on time. And regardless of the weather.
You play to win the game. Hello?
You have two Caribbean men from New York. The fuck did you expect?
It's always a good time to talk some sports. Let's stir this pot up. So
the Freaky Friday pot, nigga.
Let's start talking. Woo! Back at it like a sports fanatic. MyT, I try to tell you sports. I hate Chill Will. I hate Chill Will.
Yo, Chill Will is my nigga. I haven't seen or heard Chill Will in that. I was just telling Tyler, like, yo, Chill Will.
He was talking mad shit. He was talking mad shit, Chill
in
Will.
about 3 weeks. Hey, no, you bugging. I didn't say that.
He about to tell you exactly what he said, though.
I say, yo, Chill. I didn't see my nigga Chill Will about 3 weeks. Chill must be knee deep in business and work shit. And then look, out of nowhere, it sounded like your breath is hot. That's my nigga, yeah.
See,
You can't take niggas nowhere.
For real, like you
I
invited.
need,
like you-
chill. Hey, chill. Whenever you in Florida, my nigga, hit the line.
He didn't do like
hit
you
the
invite
line.
him to the you invite him to the barbecue
I didn't get my
and
nigga.
and 10 minutes in he's shooting like like why you busting at the clouds already, B? Like let me show you this new piece I got here, nephew. Clack 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 clack.
Chill is the nigga you take to your family. Like, alright, B. I know you wild. I know you be wildin'. Yo, keep it at a 7 today.
Actually, no. Chill was the kind of person you take to your family, and you know you have a family that talks shit, and he fit right in like
in
2
that
seconds.
motherfucker.
Like they talking
Like
shit.
there's
and
certain
yeah.
family members you don't take Chill Will to. There's certain family members you take Chill Will.
Like the shit talking family, Chill will fit right in there.
Right in.
He right
The
in there lap. Ha ha ha!
The
You
sister-
bald headed motherfucker. Dominoes, bitches, or playing spades, whichever they do in Ohio. But you know what I'm talking about. How we congregate.
But the sensitive side of the family.
And yo,
Nigga.
speaking of congregating, I seen Chill Will in his karaoke. Yo, he had this shorty on there. Yo, she was singing.
I be seeing
yo,
that shit on the IG.
I'm not
like,
saying that she
alright,
was sucking the Mike's dick, but she was maneuvering like she was making love to that motherfucker like Jill Scott. Yo, she was hugging that motherfucking Mike, and she was getting that ooh, and she crouched down and she felt that shit in her soul. I was like, go ahead, sing that shit, ma. I wanted to listen. If I knew, I would have walked up there and smacked her ass for emotional support. Like that's the kind of shit like I was about to be on. Thank you. As you know, the MyT always comes in randomly, and sometimes it just pops in to let me know that you know what you need to get back on track. So you know what? Let's get back on track. I forgot to gather the birthdays for today. So
First of all, first things first.
you know we got that Knicks talk. You know we stay with that Knicks talk.
Especially on Freaky Friday.
For
You
real,
know the
for real,
Knicks talk
for
is
real,
coming
for
with that
real.
high-end flavor in your ear.
Knicks tape till we die. And you know that shit stays popping. So we're gonna put some tape right back on that bitch and keep on rolling.
Wind the string back in together and pop it back in the cassette.
Because that's kind of what these Knicks are right now. They're kind of like your favorite mixtape from back in the days, right? Like, you play it out so much that every once in a while, they pop, and the New York Knicks lose a game. They fall back below 500. And we're talking about these new Knicks, right? Right? These new Knicks. But then, they got tape back together. They got a good opponent, too. They got Detroit. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Detroit a little bit later when we talk NBA and the trade deadlines. And you heard us talk about it briefly in the pre-show. But New York Knicks bounced back. They got themselves a nice little victory, 109 to like 98. I think the score was some shit like that.
114, 104.
Ah, okay, I was close. I knew it was like 10 point difference, something like that.
Shortchange my Knicks.
So 114 up to 104. I was still kind of surprised, like Detroit still put up 104 points. I guess with what they don't have.
Well, the thing is, they smoked Toronto the other day. Like smoked them by 20 in Toronto. So you do something like that, you ride to your next game with confidence. So I was actually slightly worried because I'm just like, they just smoked Toronto like that, and the Knicks probably think, just Detroit. I'm like, nah, that team just smoked somebody the other
But you know what
day.
though? I'm glad you actually said that. I don't think the Knicks go into any game thinking, anybody. Because you know what?
Shouldn't. You don't have the right to do that.
They haven't built up the clout. They haven't built up the reputation. But also, from how we've heard that Tom Thibodeau, and you know, I'm so glad we got Gab. Like that Tom Thibodeau.
How good I'm feeling right now. The only thing that could add to it is some good Zeb.
Yo, for real.
Shout out to the plug. Always coming through.
Oh, you said Zen. I'm over
No, I
here thinking like
said
Zeb. I can use some good poop.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, scratch that. The only thing that would make this even better is some bomb pum pum after smoking the Zeb.
Blood.
And you know that.
Smoke weed every day.
That part.
Nate Dogg School of Medicine. We always gotta make sure we give them a shout out. Also to keep on the living memory of Nate Dogg. Sometimes I forget that Nate Dogg has passed away, and that's
Me
also
too.
part of the reason why because nothing.
Literally, when you play that, I'll be like, damn, my dog really gone.
And not for nothing. Why hasn't Snoop start like I added Snoop one day. I did, and I'm gonna add him again. I'm gonna be annoying with it. Like I'm gonna hit him up and like, Why hasn't? Oh shit! I did not plug in the phone to charge. And I don't know what's going on, right? A couple of these bros that I'm talking to, and my niece as well, has been really talking about my accent. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, has my accent like just made some random reemergence? Like, has something recently happened in my accent that I'm unaware of? Because like they're making it sound like I haven't talked like this my whole entire fucking life. Especially the Munchkin. All right, so New York Knicks, right? As they take themselves out and they bounce back and they get a chance to push rewind and come back again. They get a Detroit team. They get a nice little W on there. They become again. They move up to 13th in the league, 5th in the conference, 4th in the division.
You'd love to see it.
The Knicks steady.
Somebody's coming to New York. Somebody's coming to New York.
I think your boy's coming.
Somebody's coming to New York.
I really think your boy's coming.
They said Oladipo's interesting.
Oh.
Somebody's coming to New York. But my boy, is it Levine, my boy, or somebody else, my boy?
I really think your boy may come.
That's the only light skinned other than Clay Thompson I fuck with. And the other light skinned who sits next to my left.
Whoa! How you gonna just say that? Like, what about the Golden Child?
Curry.
Exactly. You can't just leave out the Golden Child himself. Porzingis coming back. That's it. Shut up. You stupid Will. Whatever. He's going to.
Hey, chill. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Whatever.
Don't rain on the positive vibe.
Whatever. He's about to go to Cleveland.
Come on, man.
He's about to go to Cleveland for 3 first-round draft picks. And the rat tail dude.
Don't do that.
Whatever. Keep that. Yo. What? Well, listen.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Alright? Don't come in here with that nonsense. I'll let you talk about my breath. You ain't gonna talk about my Knicks.
How fucked up we are. We'll let someone shit on us about our breath, our hygiene, but about our sports team? Nah, you can't violate my sports team, son.
You wild here. We about to put him in the bathroom.
Fuck out.
Oh shit. But no, like I'm hearing it's starting to pick up steam. The talks about Zach LaVine, and not for nothing. We'll talk about and maybe we'll break into this and we'll talk NBA deadline first. Even though that's the least of the 3 events that's coming up, right? Because we'll also have the NBA All-Star Week that's coming up a little before then. But let's go back into the Knicks. We'll jump back into them. But yeah, there's a couple of people that's really being tempted. Oladipo continues to be one that's teased. He's been unhappy in Houston.
That's a fact.
And we're talking about the moves for this year. More than anything. Like Zach LaVine, it's still a possibility.
For this year or future years?
This year.
Oh damn! I didn't know that.
He's still a possibility even for this year. We'll like there's little things that I'm seeing and I keep hearing and I keep just catching the whims and I'm piecing together all of the little nuggets that they keep dropping. Now can I tell you about somebody's nuggets that I don't like is dropped by this one person? Is Brian Windhurst. that little cocksucking shithead. Right?
Hey, LeBron's come still on that nigga.
He said some shit the other day, right?
About the Knicks. Yeah.
About the Knicks possibly.
Yeah.
And he's hearing from execs. That. No. But listen to this.
I know you heard it, but
let me hear it.
When it comes from him, I'm like, ugh.
But they ran with it. They ran so out of proportion with what he said.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, God, get off of this little dick rider's dick.
For some reason,
how are you on a dick rider's dick?
For some reason, when rumors,
how you a dick rider?
For some reason, when rumors come from him, they suck that shit up. But I'm like, yo, you got a more credible motherfucker with Woj. At least if you're gonna slobber one of theirs dick,
and you also notice like every question you ask always comes back to LeBron James in some way. Like, how do you feel about the Brooklyn? Is James Harden an MVP this year? Well, he is playing better. You know, if I had to really think about MVP, you already know what.
Hey, Mark, don't have the little ones listening right now. We're violating.
Seriously.
It's Freaky Friday. We're clearly violating on the freaky tip
and that's him every single time. Yeah,
that nigga straight. Every time when it comes to LeBron talk, Brian Windhorse is on freaky demon time hours. Like,
it anything. They were like, so
Like, jeez,
we-
take the
we-
dick out your mouth.
So
you
we
can
got
talk like a man.
it's like, well, so we got a new president. So how do you feel about having a new president in the White House? Like, well, not even so much about having a new president in the White House. I do know one thing though. When LeBron James wins his next championship, he's definitely going to be. It was like, yo!
Every time he talk, I'd be like, bro, take LeBron dick out your mouth so you can talk like a man. Address me like a man, bro. You want to talk on sports and whatnot. Bro, you sound like a little 12-year-old boy. Fuck out of here.
So like he made this weird comment where he just basically said that executives said that they won't be surprised if a star makes their way or forces their way to New York within the next couple of years. That's all he said. All of a sudden, that turned into. It's been heard that a superstar is gonna force his way out and come to New York within the next. And I'm just like, yo, B, like, see, this is why I don't like when Brian, because all of a sudden, because he like you understand, like you understand. There's only one more famous dick sucker than him. Do you know who that is? Monica Lewinsky. And she ain't even this famous. So apparently, sucking LeBron James' dick will make you more famous than sucking the president's dick. The great LeBron James.
The great LeBron James.
Oh man. But from the rumblings I am hearing, there are a couple pieces that still may be added to the Knicks team. Even this year, that may not upset the apple tree or make things continue to go smoothly. As the Knicks continue to be number one in opponents' points per game, and the Knicks very quietly have won 7 of their last 10 games.
Yes.
Do you know?
Ben Simmons. I can't.
Do you know who has a better record in their last 10 games in the New York Knicks?
Phoenix Suns.
The Brooklyn Nets.
I
And you know what?
Phoenix. I thought it'd be Phoenix.
And you know what? To be honest with you, I didn't look at the West when I did this.
Yo,
Yeah.
there's a chance you could be wrong.
So there's a good chance that you can actually be right with that. Miami Heat has won 7 of their last 10. Washington Wizards have won 7 of their last 10. The Phoenix Suns, 8 of their last 2. Dallas Mavericks, 8 of their last 2.
8 of their last 10.
Sorry, 8 of the last 10. Sorry. I was looking at this other one. That baffled me. That they're not last in the league, but they have lost 10 straight games. The Houston Rockets. How are they not last in their division? Sorry. I have something different. Okay, never mind. They all last in their division. I just had this sorted. I have this sorted by opponents' points per game. Still. Yo, Houston Rockets. That's why Victor Oladipo wants.
It's more. They've lost more than 10 of their 10 games in a row. It's more than that.
Hold on.
I think it's 12.
But I just know that they lost. I just know they're always. Hold on. What the fuck?
Yeah. They're garbage.
What's the problem? See, ooh, he is so lucky.
Who?
Cat. Man.
The COVID thing is saving him?
Man, yeah.
COVID thing is saving him?
Because right now I'm like, what the fuck is going on in Minnesota? But Karl Anthony Towns is just going through the motion. He's just here so he doesn't get fined. He don't even care about basketball. He don't give a fuck about basketball. And I understand that he has other things. His heart isn't into it. His heart is broken. And right now he can't see himself having repairing that shit. Like Giannis Antetokounmpo had to console him when they played the last. And Giannis Antetokounmpo had some really nice words for him. Like that shit was touching. I was like, yo, look at the Greek freak. So, you said Julius Randle had a little piece in the Players Tribune, right? And this came out recently before their last game. But this game wasn't too bad. Emmanuel quickly had he struggled in this game, but all of the starters I think in the have double digits in this game against Detroit as they end up coming out with these victories. But Julius Randle had a piece in the Players Tribute. And before we talk about his piece in the Players Tribute, it's actually funny because I wanna flash back to something I used to say last year. Do you remember what I used to talk about Julius Randle last year? Not only about the empty calories, but I used to say something about him very specifically when we had the Morris twin on our team, and I was saying that we are getting from the Morris kid from what we should be getting from Julius Randle. And right now, all it seems like is Julius Randle is concerned with doing is getting his numbers, and that's it. And just putting up points so he can show the next team that he can get bucking. That's what it's like. He wasn't being concerned with leadership or anything else like that. And that's how I saw him last year. And then after Morris left, and you clearly saw the team lacked any form of leadership. And then we saw Julius Randle come into this year, and then we've heard the change and we've seen everything. And then now we fast forward to now this Players Tribute, and Julius Randle basically comes and he says he heard everything that was said last year about him. He saw all the stuff that was being said about him, about how he was a selfish player, how he was a ball hog, about his game and all that stuff. And he was like, he read all these things about himself that he said that he wasn't even trying to be. He was like, how did I end up being this? And I was trying to be the opposite of all of this. And he went back to the drawing board. He reevaluated himself. And I'm subtexting, right? Whatever you want to call it, like summarizing. Right? Oh. So he kind of went in and he was like, all the stuff that I didn't want to be is all of the stuff that I ended up being. So I had to revamp my game. I had to basically check myself and he came back and he said in a Players Tribute meeting that basically like he realized that his reputation was took a bad hit. Right? And he wanted to fix that. And listen, not only has he fixed his reputation, but the Knicks' reputation looks, as long as they keep on with this path, because I've seen the Knicks get to this point before. So, to be honest with you, I still won't believe, I know we're talking positively, I know we're riding the wave. So when there's Knicks fans that whole trepidation, I get those fans, right? Because even I understand that at any point in time, the Knicks can block them. And they can get, because they've been here before, and they can completely shit the bed and fuck this up again, and it be the same old Knicks, because we've been right here before, at this point. So we have to see if they can get past these flash points where we've seen them fuck up in the past. We got Chill Will calling up to the show. Chill Will, what's going on, my brother? Free Chill Will, free Chill Will, free Chill Will. You drop takes, don't you? You drop takes, don't you? Well, if you gotta go drop a take, go ahead and drop it expeditiously. Nothing? Nothing? All that for nothing? I feel like he hopped on the phone in between there. So we'll have Chill Will come up pretty shortly. He'll rejoin us in just a moment.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh man, I don't know. It probably be tripping when you call up. It puts you like on a mute.
I don't know. I don't have nothing to do with podcast.
Man, what's goody though? What's good?
Family.
I'm good. Yo, it's funny,
Talk to
yo.
me.
Long
Yo,
time
bro,
no hear,
like,
bro.
KJ was just talking about like, yo, this Will must be like heavy and like heavy on his hustle, because like we haven't seen him not even on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I was on it, man. I be DJing a lot now, so
That's what's up.
shit done open back up.
That's
Man,
good. Okay,
nigga
so you
been
did
on my
work.
grind.
Bills first. Bills first.
Always.
Business first.
Listen. I be over here on the podcast by dance. So I'll be like, yo, I'm seeing this money pass by. Like, yo, I could have made $45.
I just,
quick.
you get the Bleacher Report. I got that Bleacher Report now.
Which one?
Yeah, I got it now too.
The Porzingis.
What about
To the
Porzingis?
Knicks.
No.
You tripping?
No. I didn't get that one on Bleacher Report. I didn't get that one on Bleacher
You
Report.
just smack your lips at me, I want to punch your mouth right now. You gonna say,
Yo,
oh my
yo,
gosh.
I'm Jamaican, B. I'm island like a
Never do that
motherfucker.
no more.
Yo, B, I can't, like, that's an island thing. I can't even help. Yo, I used to be in the office and I'd be working and I'd just be like, and people used to be like, you must be like from the honest. I'm like, how you know that? Because I just heard you suck your teeth for 30 seconds straight, like. And do it like consecutively back, like yeah, it's an island thing, like yo, they call it trips. Kiss my teeth at you, like yeah. I can't help it. I didn't even realize you put it out. I didn't even realize I did. It's such a natural instinct.
That shit is so instinct.
Like I had somebody tell me like I hate when people kiss their teeth. I was like, well, I guess this is the last time we're smashing. Because like that shit just happens to me naturally. Like you could be like,
we not smashing, so don't be sucking your teeth at me.
That's exactly why.
What's up with you fellas? I miss you fellas, man. What's good?
Miss you too, B. Nah, man, good. You know, grinding and potting. That's it.
Ain't nothing but a bill. Ain't shit but a bill.
Like when I'm not on the podcast, I'm on the road. You know, trying to see if I can make bread. keep the lights on, keep the bills paid. You know,
the richest nigga in the room always talking about he broke, trying to keep the lights on. That's bullshit. Don't hit me with that bullshit.
Yo, just because I talk financially responsible, don't make a nigga rich.
Nigga, richest nigga in the room. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep the lights on, man. You got to pay. Yeah, you got the bills to pay.
That's like Dr. Phil giving relationship advice and that nigga single and ain't a doctor.
It's crazy, man.
What's that?
That shit crazy. He be giving niggas the worst advice too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh man.
I mean, what you expect from a 60-year-old white man?
Yeah.
60-something-year-old white man.
That
was your first mistake.
That his celebrity came because he's Oprah's friend.
Come on, son.
Yep.
Like, so he was feeding Oprah. He was feeding Oprah advice all them years. Lose weight.
First time he got a piece of black hair.
I ain't gonna lie though, yo. Becoming an adult definitely lets you understand that weight, that Oprah weight roller coaster she was going through. Especially like leaving it like it's, I don't know if it's like being an adult living in South Florida with it too. Like yo, that weight roller coaster she was up. Like I get it now. Like it ain't, like if you're born with natural thickness, she trying to come down and be like she ain't never gonna be that. They had her fighting her natural body type to be on TV.
For life.
For real. Listen, I still fuck over this to this day.
W and BBC go together.
Listen, man. Listen.
You just need the money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very strategical fuck.
Yeah, like I'll marry Oprah. Listen, I'm down for everything Oprah got. Like, listen, I'm talking about physically. Like, listen, man, I'll suck her toes. Like, like, listen.
Damn.
Oh, mercy.
I don't do that shit. I'm just saying, like, you let me get it on Oprah. Like, whatever.
Yeah, I'll suck your toes.
Listen, that'll be the
He
first
passed
ass I'll
all the human body parts and went straight to the bottom.
That just lets you know how much I don't eat ass, right?
All that ass, all that gold region.
And he gonna be licking the crack of the callus right on her heel, B.
That just lets you know how much I don't eat ass. I'm like, I'll suck her toes.
No, fuck the toes. You will lick the dry ass, crusty callus in the back of that heel.
Whatever, yo. No, them same feet she slipped on stage. Like, whatever, I got you, boo. Listen, I may even toss her salad, whatever.
Oh.
Listen, this Oprah. I'm trying to get a no prenup, okay? And I'm gonna whatever. I'm trying to do it all. Like, I'll lick your ear.
That nigga said I'll toss this salad for the no.
I'll lick your ear hole, like whatever.
Come here.
I'll suck your belly button, like. For the no prenup, whatever.
Let me lick that sweaty underboob.
For real. Give me that underboob, girl.
Give me that sweaty underboob.
Is that talcum powder?
You got flat You got some fat arches, baby. You're gonna have to work on that. Damn, man.
For real. Oh shit, whatever, man. For that no prenup, listen, I'll do it all, and then I'll have a side piece as well. Like, listen,
that nigga is Jamaican.
Shit. Listen, it's the number one reason I'm mad South Florida doesn't have a WNBA team, because I'll be I'll be out at that facility all the time. Listen, you know, I'll be at the games, I'll have season tickets. I'm trying to catch me a WNBA player. Listen, like, I'll have one of my nephews catch a WNBA player.
How many teams is it? They're decreasing, because Cleveland had one for a minute.
12, maybe? I think it
Lost
was 12.
something like that. I know it's no more than 16.
It's something like 12 or something.
I don't think
We did the numbers not too long ago. It's funny though, 'cause I always said once I go to write them down, and I recently did just type them out again recently. So I'm always trying to find different ways to keep myself reminded of what their teams are, who they are. They used to have a Miami Soul, SOL team.
Yeah.
That used to be the name of their team. And it was so funny. I remember when my munchkin came to like of age when I wanted to bring her to a game. I started looking. I'm like, oh shit, it's WNBA season. I started looking for Miami Soul tickets. I'm like, why the fuck can I find? I was like, they don't have a team anymore. I was like, god damn it. I know I've been loosely following the league. How loosely have I been? Did I even realize Miami's not even a team anymore? Yeah, I'm gonna
need the Rockers in Cleveland. We had
I'm gonna need Dwayne Wade to like to bring a team back here for his son. You know what I mean? Like, let me not do that, because like, didn't I just get somebody like talked about really bad like recently? Like,
extra today.
What? It's just Freaky Friday.
Extra.
Listen,
That is true. On Freaky Friday, you thought we had no filter before.
You listen, we're not even drinking.
Exactly.
It's not even three drunk uncles on a Wednesday night. This is just Freaky Friday.
Imagine if I had some, with the mood I'm in, imagine if I had some Henny in my hand right now. Man, we get fired.
This is why, you know what's so funny? This is why, like the podcast, like always let people behind the scenes if they're first time listening. The podcast always originally started because this was me training myself to get into to be on radio, right? And I remember I had a friend that was working on radio, and he was put in, and he had an internet radio station actually at the time. And I remember he wanted to put the podcast on the internet. This is the infancy of the podcast. And I remember my first question was, how PG do I have to be for your internet radio station? I'm thinking like, you know, I was, you know, I didn't know that internet radio station was kind of like, you know, I'm thinking like, damn. He's like, oh no, you can do whatever. I was like, okay, cool. And even then, that's the only thing I've ever thought about. Like, damn, if I get into a radio station, I have to dial it back so heavy for what I'm used to when I'm on the air. Like I said, I was doing podcasts before podcasts were cool. Like the only other person who was doing a podcast that was cool with it was Joe Rogan. Now let's keep it serious. That's how long I've been podcasting for. The only person that was doing a podcast that was making that shit actually sound cool was Joe Rogan. And maybe a few fantasy football podcasts here and there. The 03, 010 fantasy, you know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like, and those were still simulcast from shows. It wasn't like nobody just doing a podcast. You know what I mean? Like when they parted the Red Sea of podcasts, I was there in line like, oh shit, like this shit gonna hold up? You know what I mean? I was a podcast disciple. Actually, you know what's funny? I did find the 10 pod commandments in my phone the other day. Chill will know what I'm talking about. Chill will know what I'm talking about. I found the pod commandments in my phone the other day. I was like, oh shit. I remember when we made that shit, man. You came with that shit on the fly.
That shit crazy.
Yeah. I found that shit on my phone. I was like, damn. Yeah, and again, rest in peace to Pod God again. Shit. Fuck.
Yeah, man.
Whew.
R.I.P.
Oh, damn. I don't know if you've noticed. Have you ever watched the podcast Chill Will on YouTube?
I know I do. I be on Instagram. I've seen it on Instagram. I was on Instagram, but I never went on YouTube. In fact, let me go there now. I follow you.
If you ever watch it on YouTube, I have a hidden message to Pod God on there. That I don't know if anybody ever realized this, but there's a hidden message to Pod God on my YouTube channel. On there somewhere. Not on there somewhere, but yeah. On there
we some OGs, man. We really is some OGs. That shit crazy. Cause I remember when you was first on that show and came in. Cause I remember being on your show and then you came in his show like a couple days later. And I'm like, damn, the homie. Okay, cool.
Here we do this for a while. I still remember the first time you called into the show. You debated me on a wrestling topic.
Man, we gotta get out of memory, dude.
I still remember because you were still one of the first callers that I had that came at me the way that you did.
Yeah. Talking shit.
Yeah. So I'll never forget that shit. It was on a wrestling topic and it was talking about how wrestling wasn't as like you was like, yo, wrestling isn't as popular in the culture today as it was back then. Like you said, it wasn't like that, but I was like, and I was like, while they're not, their numbers show that they kind of are in a hidden way. Like it's really weird. It's like anime in a weird way. It's like anime back in the day. Everybody was watching anime, but nobody was talking about it. Now everybody's watching anime and talking about it. It's like back in the day, everybody was watching wrestling and talking about it. Now kind of wrestling, like nobody talks about watching wrestling anymore. It's just kind of like they're just making billions. Because if they weren't making money, like Fox wouldn't be trying to give them a contract. NBC wouldn't be trying to give them a contract. They wouldn't be opening their shit like strategically in China and strategically in Iraq or Iran or something like that. They did one, or Kuwait or some shit, and then they had the first women's match in that country and shit like that. But the women had to be covered. They couldn't show like any of their arms, any of their legs. So basically, they were kind of like they kind of had to be like in baggy like spandex. They had to be like in a t-shirt. Underneath that t-shirt had to be like some kind of like long sleeve that covered the skin on their arms and shit like that. But they find like the wrestling fans are out there. And they want to see that shit, and listen, and it's cause like I'm an investor into them. So
they out there about to pass the fuck out.
Who?
For the cause. And they out there wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Full body armor, Under Armour and shit. They about to pass the fuck out there.
But no, don't forget it. It was Natalie Hart, who was Jim the Anvil Neidhart's daughter. It was Natalie Neidhart, and damn, I'm forgetting the broad that she faced again, but she's she's new. That's why, because she's kind of new on the circuit. Even though I feel like she's been there like 5 years now. So, Lacey Evans, something like that. Lacey Evans. She got a woman's right. That's what she calls it. She has a woman's right, and what her finishing moves, she punches you with her right hand and knocks you the fuck out and calls it a woman's right. Nah, she's white.
Okay. I thought I knew who that was.
But she used to be in the she served though as well too. That's also like a real thing in her bio. It's not just part of her character buildup. Now speaking of character buildups, right, and speaking of fighting, there's actually a real fight going on this weekend, right? We have Israel Adesanya taking on Jan Blachowicz. It doesn't matter what his name is. At the end of this fight, he's just gonna be black and blue. That's all I know, right? But it is something to say that Israel is jumping up in weight class to that 205 weight class. What's that? Light heavyweight? Light middleweight or middleweight. Middleweight. Just straight middleweight. 205. Yeah, that's straight middleweight. Cause that's where what's his name used to fight in. Rashad Evans and Rampage. The guy that did Mike Tyson, not Mike Tyson, Mr. T.
Wait, you sure?
Who? What? 205?
Yeah.
Yeah, 205 was that weight class. Rashad Evans.
Because I thought heavyweight was like once you get like
225.
Yeah,
205 I think is middleweight. Because I know 205.
Man, I don't know about that.
I know 205, but I know 205 that Evans fought in 205, and so did Rampage. They both fought in 205.
Okay.
I do at least remember that. I do remember that much. I believe. Shit. I miss Rampage from the man. I remember the early days when they had those guys crossing over. I missed that Tough Enough contest. That's one to rewatch. When Rampage ripped the door off of the hinges, I ripped the door in half. I was like, yo, this nigga ripped a door in half. Like, yo, when have you seen a nigga rage out like that? But that used to be the interesting thing about those Tough Enough. And I don't know if I haven't watched one in a while, and I don't know if they still do the contests like that, where they pick two motherfuckers that absolutely despise each other. and put them as the coaches
Yeah,
for that shit. And then these motherfuckers fight a little bit later as it slowly builds up to their own fight. They have to look at each other's face every day for like 3 to 6 months.
205, bro. I think that's light heavyweight, bro. I'm almost on to be saying. Cause then Rashad Evans, he fought like didn't he go up a little bit?
They fought light heavyweight too.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, they both fought at light heavyweight as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they fought in both.
I think 205. I'm pretty sure 205 is light heavyweight, man.
You know what? We can solve this right now. I'm gonna put it up, and it should tell me which title.
That's what Adesanya about to fight at?
Yeah. Oh no, it's light heavyweight.
Listen.
Shit.
Oh.
It's light heavyweight.
Look,
Fuck.
I don't know about that.
It's light heavyweight.
Hey, don't count that nigga out. Don't count that nigga out, whoever he fighting.
Well,
that's not his size at all.
No, yeah, because put it this way, Adesanya is going up to like basically Adesanya walks at like 205 kind of shit, right? He kind of has a bulk. He has to bulk up to get to 205. He kind of like that's like his walking weight. Blachowicz has to lose weight to get down to 205. He has to cut. He has to cut to make that.
Shit, bro.
So basically, he said like he could come in here coming in at 255, 260. If you guys like no wrestlers, no fight, no boxing, no how they. I remember how these guys used to wrestle in high school. Man, these guys used to cut weight for like weeks, man. And oh my god, the amount of weight he used to be able to lose. I'm like, that shit's ridiculous. How you can lose fucking 10 pounds in one day or in a week.
I heard 18 one time and I said, wait, what?
Yeah,
like 18. Niggas, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Are you niggas even healthy?
It's like, yeah. I weighed in at 125 today for my wrestling thing, and after 2 meals, I'm back at 142. Like, nigga, what? I didn't even know you can do that. As I eat a Twinkie. But yeah, so Adesanya is going up to 205. He's going after the light heavyweight championship. He's trying to be a 2-weight champion, and he's going up for that. He's a little bit taller, 6'4". Like I said, the weight isn't gonna matter. They're both gonna come in at 205, but what that weight is what they weigh it as, and what that weight is gonna be at fight time. That's what I'm gonna be interested in more than anything. What's gonna be that weight at fight time? Because that's gonna be a physical advantage, especially because I don't know Blachowicz's fighting style enough to be like to say if he's a dirty boxing kind of guy, if he's gonna be the person that pushes you up against the. You know what I mean? Like, wears on you, pushes you up against the fence, and is going to end up using a lot of that body weight to tire Adesanya out. But I also know you gotta catch Adesanya. And when you do catch him, you got to keep him there. Mm-hmm. This is Spider the Anderson Silva. Or Anderson the Spider Silva 2.0. Like, you got to catch him and you got to keep him.
Yeah.
Like, he calls himself the last style bender for a reason. The only thing missing from him is a goddamn blue arrow on his fucking head. He's one of the few undefeated champions that we still have in the league, and one of the few undefeated fighters with 20 plus wins, with 20 fights underneath his belt.
That's what caught me. Cause I'll be real, I never heard of him until the other day.
Oh, you're missing a show.
I haven't heard of him. But the thing is, the record is what had me like, 20-0. Like, obviously you doing something right. And then the other thing too was what I saw from him, like the little interview I saw from him. I'm like, yeah, you got a little moxie, like, you talking your shit. I'm like, I need to see if you back this motherfucker up.
Go through a YouTube wormhole for him one day. Not just his fights, right? But you can see a lot of people highlight his shit because he's an anime dude. I think he's like African and like French or some shit like that, right? Like lived in both or something like that.
I think straight up Nigeria.
So okay, so I think he also maybe like moved to France at some point in time to like further shit whatever. So he loves anime. So if you'll notice, a lot of times before his fights, he'll do some weird shit like you'll see him like weave like a sign from Naruto, or he'll do like some shit from Death Note, or he'll pull out some weird anime characters, and you just have to know like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like his intros are badass. Like COVID now is kind of, I want to say he came across my radar maybe 7 fights ago, 5 to 7 fights ago, because I want to say it was right around the time. It was either. I think it was like a fight or two before he fought Anderson Silva, because he actually fought him, right? So I think he came on my radar a couple fights before then, and he hasn't left, and he is spectacular. Like, it's like Addison Silver meets a little bit of BJ Penn, meets you know what I mean? Like, meets a little bit of Floyd. Like, he's elusive, but he's gonna catch you. He can submit you. Like, he has, and he has a little bit of flash to him, and he got some cockiness to him, and his walk ups or something. Like, you understand? When's the last time you've heard of a fighter that their entrance is must see? He is that guy.
I mean, that motherfucker. I mean, he could just fight though, man.
Yeah.
Fuck all that nigga. He be whooping people ass. He's definitely a young whoever the fuck he just beat. Yeah, he definitely.
Yeah, he's a.
This shit is crazy how close their gains is. You know what I'm saying? He's a notch up, but that shit crazy.
Like I said, the dexterity, length, unorthodox. You know, like just he has a good package. And then you get him down, you have to be able to keep him down. And when you get him down, you have to worry about being submitted from the bottom or elbows from the bottom. You know what I mean? Like it's a package game. But this is champion against champion, and Blackwood didn't become champion by not fucking people up. You know what I mean? So, and he didn't hold on to his champion by not fucking niggas up. So,
yeah, it's a weight jump, so that's what it's always scary when you jump up in weights, bro.
Yeah, that's gonna be the tough one. That's gonna be the tough one. And you know what?
Because
sorry, go ahead.
I'm just talking about endurance wise. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it be different.
Yes. Yeah. So he may not. That's right. Even that. I'm glad you brought that point up. He may not even be used to functioning like that with all of that weight on him, exactly. And that's not a place that he's used to functioning. You know, I know he's been training for it. I've been training with it, but he's used to really been functioning because sometimes your muscle memory is sometimes your muscle memory, and with that extra weight, his muscle memory may beat it, but maybe not be as quick anymore. You know what I mean? And so now a punch.
Well, not quick in the second or third round.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
He might be able to get around it. Like if it get longer,
or even the fourth and
round,
fifth,
he may not be as quick.
Yeah, the rounds where it starts to matter. That muscle memory is still there, but it's not as sharp and quick when it needs to happen. So that punch that used to get there, is no longer getting there, and now the opponent's punch is getting there instead, because they've been used to this the whole time. Like you haven't wear them down enough. But we'll see. Like
he a bigger man, so he can't knock him out like you do these little niggas. So not only that, your punches affect you less, and then he's bigger, so he can't hurt him like so. You're susceptible now to getting that work.
Now they're not the only individuals that are. He's not the only individual that is defending his belt. We also have Jan taking on Sterling, and they're gonna be fighting. They're also gonna be fighting in the bantamweight title fight. So these are a bunch of 5'7", 135 people, right? This is the quick weight class. This is that weight class, and this is another one to watch coming up because Sterling is explosive. He's exciting, and like I said that this is the quick weight class. This is that Mighty Mouse weight class. That little motherfucker. That what was that Brazilian motherfucker with the leg kicks? You know what I mean? Like this is that little fast twitch fucking weight class.
Race Gracie. You talking about Race Gracie? Race Gracie.
No.
The little motherfucker with leg kicks.
I can't remember his name.
Talking about jiu-jitsu or no? You talking about jiu-jitsu or What did he fight? What kind of style?
He was a Brazil. I can't remember. He was a Brazilian. He was in a super lightweight class though. Like I said, he was like a bantamweight, okay. and he had like super like Diego. So, I want to say it's something like that. I can't.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I can't fully remember. So that's gonna be a fight that you wouldn't want to catch. Is Jan versus Sterling, but also fighting.
Hey, ladies!
Where the ladies at? Yeah.
The ladies are also fighting. And we have Amanda Nunes defending her title.
Speaking of champ whooping ass.
For real. Like, I still remember that Holly Holmes ass whooping that she handed out.
My God.
And Holly Holmes, not for nothing, she's a bad bitch. Like, she really is. But she's good, but let me get into this. Okay. Like Holly is no sleeper.
To the Knicks. Black coming to the New York.
Who?
Black Griffin to New York.
Why?
Oh, that's the Nets. That's the Nets. That's the Nets. My bad.
Why you trying to mess with me? I'm okay with. I don't want Blake Griffin in New York. I don't want Blake Griffin on the Knicks. But you know what though? Again, sometimes what's good for one isn't good for the other. What's good for us, I can see him going to Brooklyn and being okay with it. Like they're trying to compose as many offensive pieces and as many bodies to try to get themselves a chip as possible.
They're already rumored to get him. I thought it would have been Lakers, but Brooklyn is rumored to take him already.
And we still have to figure out what's gonna go on with Andre Drummond too. He's still out there somewhere.
I ain't fucking with LeBron, man. People don't have respect for LeBron like they do Kobe, so niggas don't want to try to hop on that bandwagon.
They don't. Like they don't have.
I don't know what it is. They just don't have that respect for LeBron, man. People, some of his peers, you know, since the people that came in the league with him,
yeah, they
Durant, Kyrie, they don't look, Blake Griffin, they don't look at him like he's a.
Like that. He's the Don. They don't look at him like he's the Don.
The generous king.
Like I said, they look at him kind of like how we describe him. He's the generous king. On his watch, everybody gets a ring. You know how we do.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Oh my God.
I hate that motherfucking drop.
Sorry. I gotta compose myself every time after that drop because KJ just absolutely despises it.
I hate that goddamn drop.
Oh my God.
Because what relevance does it have?
We were just talking about LeBron James.
Fuck that.
It had relevance. This was actually the one time it had its most relevance in the last week.
We talk about the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland, this is for you.
Well, it's Cleveland.
Watch the day the Cleveland Indians get into somebody in the front office gets in some damn sex scandal like some of these other MLB teams. Now all of a sudden,
Cleveland, this is for you.
Well, the Browns not gonna do it wrong, man. We got Stefanski, man. He don't even like he probably.
But that's LeBron, because he did that when he won a championship, and then when he left, he held up 2 middle fingers and was like,
Cleveland, this is for you.
I killed 2 birds in one stone with that one. Oh, fuck. And I came in here wondering what I was going to talk about for an hour. Oh, man. Like I said, sometimes this really is a great thing to have Gab. Oh. NBA All-Star Weekend is coming up this weekend. And
3-point contest is all I care about.
I'm really mad Damian Lillard ain't in this 3-point contest.
Me too.
I feel like they got a lot of scorers, but not enough shooters.
Jaylen Brown, 3-point
But he
shooter.
not no 3-point shooter. Damian Lillard.
I would just rather see him in it.
Oh,
I don't think he's a 3-point shooter either. I think he's more of a scorer. I just rather see him.
That's what I'm saying. Like 3-point shooter. I mean, he's more hell of a 3-point shooter than Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Like, to be honest with you, I'll give it to you right here how I feel about it. Right? Right now they have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Zach LaVine, Devin Booker, and Stephen Curry. I think it should be Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum, Joe Harris.
Yes.
Zach LaVine, Devin Booker, Stephen Curry.
How the hell you have a 3-point contest? You don't have Joe Harris in this motherfucker.
How you not have the New York market in this period, and you're trying to get listen. And I know how this sounds normally. Very specifically this year.
Even Kyrie. Shit.
Very specifically this year, the NBA is doing a lot of things because they're trying to keep their money up. So why don't you have the New York market involved in this, especially when somebody from the New York market has the best 3-point shooting percentage in the league, and he's a former champion of this contest? Why the fuck am I seeing two cocksuckers from Boston? Boston! Those fucking clam chowder fuckers. Why the fuck am I seeing 2 of these assholes?
He's a fucking Black Panther.
Where's Trae Young at?
Yeah.
Trae Young! Like, yo,
Trae
for real.
Young.
How come I ain't getting Trae Young?
Trae Young.
Give me Atlanta in here.
For a 3-point shoot, for a 3-point shootout, absolutely Trae Young.
Yeah.
Fred Van Vliet even. Shit.
But I guess you get Jaylen Brown if you're gonna represent, if you're gonna have somebody as a representative for HBCU and speaking of and whatever. I guess you put
And
Jaylen
he's
Brown
from
in
Atlanta too.
I mean, Jaylen Brown, yeah, but not Tatum. No.
there. Take out Tatum. Give me
Well,
Jaylen
take
Brown.
both of them out. Honestly,
You know, like,
take
I
both
can
of
throw it
them
even-
out.
No,
said-
Jaylen Brown can shoot threes. He probably got a decent 3-point
But
percentage,
for-
but I
but-
couldn't
but
see
he could-
Tatum winning that.
They're both decent. They both can shoot, obviously. But I'm saying for a 3-point shootout, like I'm not trying to see them.
And
Either
then we
one.
got the skills contest. Robert Covington from the
Robert
Trailblazers.
Covington skills challenge? You dead ass? The fuck is that? I saw that shit. I'm like, what skills challenge does this nigga need to be in?
Now,
A lot of guys probably don't even want to do it.
Now he's the only question mark in the skills contest. To be honest with you, unless
That's- it is
unless you're a Knicks fan,
Oh fuck.
he's the only.
Man, he can score, can't he? He don't
He can
pass.
shoot.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah,
He's 3-and-D.
Not for nothing. Robert Covington is the one question mark. Like, and to me, like I said, truly,
He's 3-and-D. You right.
really and truly, he's the one question mark. The only other slight question mark to me, right, and that comes, and he doesn't come to me, but he will come if you're not a Knicks fan. So I'll go down the rest of the list. Luka Doncic, Dallas Mavericks, no question mark. Skills challenge, get it. Chris Paul, Phoenix Suns,
Point
no
guard.
question marks. Skills challenge. Then we have Julius Randle, New York Knicks. Marcus joining the room. Skills challenge. I get it as a Knicks fan, right? Because of how his numbers look. I don't know how he truly fares in the skills challenge. How the fuck did Emmanuel quickly get snubbed from this, the 3-point contest, and the rookie game?
There is no rookie game.
I don't care. He got snubbed. I don't think he made the voting for it.
There was no voting on the rookie game.
RJ
this year.
Barrett made the rookie game.
Last year.
This year.
Where was voting for the rookie star for the Rising Stars game? Where?
This is second year in the league, right? RJ Barrett?
Yeah, but where was
So-
that? Show me where that was.
Doesn't mean that just because there's no game for it doesn't mean that they
But
still
where
have
was
the
the voting?
I don't think that
There was no voting. I didn't
but
see.
there
any
are
voting.
but they have been announced. Emmanuel Quickly has not made it to any of the All-Star participants. Emmanuel Quickly is one of the best three-point shooters amongst rookies. He also he should be if not less put him in the skills point challenge. I think he has better skills that are represented in the skills point challenge than Julius Randle does. Julius Randle gets assist, yes, but he's not I don't think he's skilled like that for the skills challenge. We got Domantas Sabonis from the Indianapolis Pacers. We got Nikolai Vucevic for the Orlando Magic. Right, so I guess he's in there for the big man portion of it. Could I like to put three big men?
It's the big man.
Okay.
That's literally what it is.
Okay.
They get three guards and 3 big men.
And I rather and
Actually,
I guess
it's typically 4. I don't know why.
And you
they
know
go
what?
6 this year.
Maybe that's why Robert Covington put in it because he wanted to give it over to Julius Randle. They couldn't find a third big man to give it into then Julius Randle, and they didn't want to give Emmanuel Quickly because I don't understand how Quickly didn't make it. Emmanuel Quickly is the 4th scoring rookie in the league. How did he not get voted to the rookie game, or recognized as one of the rising stars? That's what it is. That's the rookie game, recognized as one of the rising stars. Because RJ Barrett got recognized this year as one of the rising stars. I can't say that RJ Barrett has had that much better. I don't think RJ Barrett's had a better year than Emmanuel Quickly, because he hasn't had more of an impactful year on his team than Emmanuel Quickly has. And Emmanuel Quickly's coming off the bench. I really hope Emmanuel Quickly takes all of this personally.
And I took it personally.
You know exactly what I'm saying. Thank you. I really hope he takes all of this personally.
I gotta go back and watch that whole shit again. I haven't watched.
Being drafted 29, you know what I mean? Like not being a starter in New York, not getting a starting opportunity even after Derrick Rose and Alfred Payton are both gone. Now, remember how I spoke about Frank Ntilikina the other day? He's made himself tradable. He's tradable. He showed me that he could at least now play in this league. He can play. I don't know. He ain't a starting point guard.
Hell no.
But he can play. He could play for a team. He could be traded, and right now he's working his way into being trade bait. And that's about the way. Listen, that's all he could positively do for us, is work himself into being trade bait. Because we already know what he is. He is that popcorn ice that you like to eat at the job. He is empty calories.
My man say empty calories. No bueno, papi. No bueno.
Now, during this All-Star weekend, we're gonna see if the NBA decides to address an issue that it looks like they're starting to have, and that's a problem amongst them and their referees. And that's the only thing, because like the All-Star week is All-Star week, and you get a week off to be able to address things like that. The NBA is starting to have, because there's not much to go into. They're starting to have a small problem with the sensitivity of their referees. They're kicking out guys like J.J. Redick for throwing, like, you understand?
Sensitive ass niggas.
Like, you understand?
Sensitive ass bitches. My bad.
But this goes.
Sensitive ass cunts.
Let me tell you something. This, like, and I know, I'm very much joking when I say this, right? But I'm gonna bring this to a societal thing, right? You realize that it finally took J.J. Redick to get one of these technicals for it to be a problem. The same kind of technicals that Rasheed Wallace had been getting his whole career. J.J. Redick gets one and like, oh, we have a problem now. We gonna have to sit there. I say that I'm joking, but J.J. Redick got a technical for like we see him like, but I'm not joking the fact that they're giving out Rasheed Wallace like technicals to everybody. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
That's you'd have thought she was out there yelling, "Ball don't lie."
But they gave out a technical for somebody yelling and one.
And one.
Like, you know, when I heard that, so you know how
like, B, nobody's even yelling at you, and you out here handing out text.
Now I don't know if this happens to all of you guys.
Somebody got a tech because they dunked on somebody and gave them a scowl. Nigga, I didn't even say nothing, and you giving me a tech. B, come on, son. You hoe ass niggas need to go get some pussy. Real talk. You clearly not getting none at home for some of these type of technical fouls.
Now, I know you guys know that this happens to me a lot because you've witnessed it. I don't know if this has happened to you. Sometimes you hear something and something else completely registers in your head, right? And you have to kind of like bring yourself back to realize, oh, what the fuck they was talking about originally. Well, when I heard that somebody got a technical for yelling and one, my brain registered that shit as ball don't lie. And I was like, well, let's, like, so for a part of it was kind of like, damn, he got a tech for that. But so the other part of me started going like, well, they did kind of say that like a decade ago, like they can give techs for that. And I was like, wait a minute. Look
at you getting soft. Look at you.
That wasn't ball don't lie. He said, you know, like my brain is glitching. Like, it wasn't ball don't lie. It wasn't ball don't lie. It's on win. It wasn't ball don't lie. I'm like, wait a minute. He said and one and got a tech. I'm like, okay, yeah, they gonna have to sit these refs down. And from what I've heard, the only explanation is because there's a lot
of to the strip club in Atlanta.
There's a lot of young refs apparently, and maybe they're you know, and maybe they're the ones a little bit more sensitive versus much older refs that are used to life.
My bad, ladies, but there might be more female refs than we know of as well.
There's not the female refs handing out the text.
These men apparently acting like sensitive, uppity, thong up your ass women. Sorry, ladies.
Well, listen, guys can have thongs up their asses too, like whatever your flavor is, and it sounds like they have it. Hey,
red cat, Lord of mercy.
If you give somebody a tech for saying and one, you don't have to wear a woman's thong to have a thong with that. They make men's thongs, and he still style like you have a thong up your ass. Thongs sound uncomfortable regardless of what you are. We just like how it look on women.
Facts. Love how it looks on women.
But that's our preference.
We love to see it.
So that's the All-Star Weekend. We already discussed plenty of times how the All-Star Week is gonna break out. They're gonna start off with the skill challenge. They're gonna go into the 3-point contest. After that, they're gonna have the first half of the All-Star game. After that, we're gonna have 3 individuals in the slam dunk contest, followed by the second half of the All-Star game. And then that's how we're gonna have All-Star Weekend. It's gonna be one day in and out, and that is going to be it. No fans in there, no interacting with fans, no fan affairs, no signing of signatures, no doing this, no doing that. Basically, we need to come in here, get this television check, and get the fuck out.
Yep.
It's business. This is bigger than rap.
Strictly business.
Now,
but Atlanta's still gonna do their thing. Trust me, I see the flyers of all the All-Star parties going.
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
tonight,
So listen, players
tomorrow.
Just because players are in and out, technically for business, doesn't mean when you fly players in there Sunday, and the players don't have to be back into a game until Thursday, that they may not stay until Tuesday, and make sure they go to a couple events where as soon as you walk in the door, all phones must be turned in, or turned off with the battery taken out. Some shit. I guess you can't take off the battery on all phones. See, that's my Android that's talking.
But here's the other thing them players need to do. If they're going to do something like that, they better make sure they tell that club in advance so they can start doing that shit when they open.
Mm-hmm. Or cut the Wi-Fi in that bitch. Or listen, I'll put a jammer in that.
That's your best bet.
You know what?
Put the jammer or cut the Wi-Fi.
Somebody really needs to like invest in like a jammer.
If there's stock going on for the jammer company,
you know I'm gonna hop all over that shit.
like a motherfucker. I'm with you.
But somebody needs to like really invest in the jammer, like just to block a signal for a small area, right? Because I don't want to block. I know you don't like, but for like a small building, like I can plug into my wall and it blocks all signals inside my house from, you know what I mean, from any damn. But now I sound like some kidnapping shit too. Like I ain't trying to have motherfuckers on the first 48. Like we had a problem finding the we had a problem finding the signal because he had one of
here before the feds are knocking.
Because we had one of these jammers.
Let me go home before the feds are knocking at the door.
You know what? We're just gonna have to put it right
Sorry, B.
We got bonus coverage though.
Huh?
We got a little bonus
Honest.
coverage.
Okay, yeah.
Little 15, 10, 15.
All the bandwidth in the world couldn't keep me contained. No lag, no lag. Gonna share my talents with Podbean Live. Always knew I'd take the pod there. Just a lot later than a lot of listeners thought. Last of the real gabbers. Well, maybe not the last. Munchkin got good mic skills. New, improved MyT Podcaster. Potting down now. Last call for drinks. Bars closing. Sun's out. Heard the casino got a buffet breakfast. Don't want to go far. Wild night. Tired, B. Tired. MyT
Sports. Bonus time. Alright, we're gonna give it a little 15 minutes of bonus coverage. Exactly 15 minutes. Yeah, so at the 1:30 mark, yeah, we'll go ahead and give that the full cut. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see our mugs in a second. Maybe we'll see how we did all that. I may want to do some behind the scenes shit. I'd rather you hear than see. So, all right, okay, Jay, what you got? You dropping an after hour quiet storm. Go ahead, what you got?
Little bomb. Just little drop mic shit. Bro, I was chilling, and I knew this was coming, and I mentioned it last week, kinda, but I didn't expect it to hit until I actually saw it was official. Washington cut Alex Smith.
You mentioned it earlier this week.
I said they were looking to do it, about to. Like
no. I'm saying, I don't know if you said you cut, but you started mentioning it. Yeah.
And for some reason it rubbed me the wrong way. Now I get it in terms of the money that they say, but I don't feel like being on the owner's side today. I don't feel like doing it. I never
really feel like being on the owner's side anymore.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yo, that's a guy who went out there, gave it his all, and fucked up his knee so bad, his knee, leg, whatever, to the point where he almost lost his life, almost lost his leg 2 different times. But
it's that time of year when ESPN Plus is actually worth it. College basketball.
Yes, and it's March. Championship week.
man.
next week, and then the tournament.
I don't know why they didn't know this old college guy
Trust
was
me,
live
since
before.
since last night. I mean, not last night. Since the last week of February,
God,
that's
look how
when I
many
tuned
games
in.
on.
I was already tapped in since then. It's a great time. It's a great time. It's a great time. But yeah, like I was saying, like I was saying, B, you good, but
Sorry, it brought a tear to my eye.
no,
Seriously.
no. Yeah, no.
Oh, fuck.
They let him. They released him, and I'm like, yeah, that's a dude who almost died. Could have, like, literally almost died, and then 2 other times almost lost his leg. But he, God bless him. He came out of this. He was able to rehab, put in the work, everything. Just making it back to the team was a miracle in itself. And eventually he ended up out there playing, and then got your sorry asses to the playoffs. But you cut him. And it rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, man. And these are the same NFL owners that want you to be loyal to them and whatnot, but then they'll go do some shit like that with somebody who really put it on the line for you. Even if it was like, you know, you tried to restructure the deal, which I didn't hear nothing about it. If they tried to restructure it or nothing like that, they didn't.
That's what I would have preferred, right?
Like restructure the contract to what? Because I think he was supposed to get like 17, something like that mil. I'm just like, okay, just work on the deal. Like cut the contract to like a minimum, like the veteran minimum or something. But keep him on the team. Deserves that. But just let him go like that. And the first thing that went through my mind was, and then fans or owners or GMs wonder why Deshaun Watson is putting his foot down and wants to get the fuck out of Houston, or just why any player wants to go ahead and leave from a shitty situation. Because clearly this is the same league who, when you put your best foot forward for them, you damn near fuck your life up. You damn near could have died, still come back, make it back to the team, produce for you, get you to the playoffs, but then they'll still cut you in that off season. But they're supposed to be loyal to that. Fuck out of here.
And you know what though? You know what's so funny for the people that are listening? That you all have been with employers like that. I'm not gonna say that every employee deserves that. Every employer deserves that kind of treatment, but you've all been in employers like that where you like, you know what? You do not deserve a 2-week notice at all. From how to handle, way you handle business, you conduct business. That's the NFL. The NFL is a company that never deserves a 2-week notice. They don't deserve the benefit of the doubt from their employees. You know what I mean? Like that really is their problem more than anything else. But yeah, when to hear that Alex Smith got cut, even if I heard that Alex Smith, and I don't know if he's been offered this or not, and I don't know if he would have accepted it, was offered a minimum contract to be the backup on the team for just a couple years to help groom guys. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I would have taken that
Yes.
for what he has done to try to come back. Not because I understand he came back a lot for himself too, but he still also came back for the NFL and for a franchise, and he came back for your franchise and played for your franchise and helped your franchise. The whatchamacallits. But you know what? It's the whatchamacallits. What do we expect? It's the Washington whatchamacallits.
Exactly. What can you expect from a team with no name?
That is gonna go into another year willing to be called the whatchamacallits.
Exactly. Like, you know, it's at a point, because I'm a huge believer of you do good, you get good. Right?
Yes.
And when you do dog shit like that,
You do dirt, you get dirt.
exactly. Washington, and you wonder why you guys are always one of the doormats of the league and haven't won a Super Bowl since 1991. And you wonder because you do faggot shit like that. Excuse my French, but to be honest, that was some real fuck shit right there. And it really rubbed me the wrong way. It really did. That's why organizations like y'all will forever be shitty. You got a bullshit owner running you who eventually changed the name, kicking and screaming. You know, you do dirt, you get dirt. That's why you're always in the shit. That's why your one little year of glory that you had, you're gonna be right back be in a lottery pick situation come next season anyway. Fuck out of here.
I wouldn't even call it a glory year. It was just your term in that.
shitty division.
Exactly.
In that shitty division, and it won't happen because I can guarantee the
Because
Giants.
you guys go on
that
cycles.
shit.
Yeah. Like
Giants-
they won't be here for another 4 years. That'll be their thing. They got it now. They won't be here back for another 4 years, and this will be the reason why. Because Alex Smith is a hell of a quarterback. Even though he may not be talented all around physically, you know what I mean? You don't have all the... He's a hell of a quarterback, and I think that from what he has been through, not just the leg shit, the surgery shit, what Alex Smith has been through in his career as an NFL player, a young quarterback in this league, or any young player in this league,
should hit him up immediately.
Can benefit from having him on the team.
Yes.
Especially a team known as the whatchamacallits. Is that all the bonus we got? Because I think I don't think I like to double end
shit.
it.
Like there's a lot of dudes. There's a lot of dudes who are literally going through what Alex would go through your first few years in the league. Multiple head coaches within years, multiple offensive coordinators, but it took him, having shout out to Andy Reid, resurrecting shit and sticking to it. Now he looks serviceable. So yeah, young quarterbacks. I know you want to talk to the Bradys and the Rodgers and even the Mahomes and the Mannings and whatnot, but talk to Alex Smith, man. That dude could give you a whole different perspective.
Those are facts. And I think that's our bonus. Is that our bonus?
I don't got more to say.
Oh, that's our bonus. I want to thank you guys for listening to the podcast and all of the bonus reel. I want to thank everybody that pays attention to the podcast. I didn't tell you guys where to catch the podcast at, but I know you should where to catch the podcast at. The website, mytsports.net, or just tell your small speaker play the latest episode of the MyT Sports Podcast. You can either tell to play the latest episode of the MyT Sports Podcast, or you can tell it that you would like to watch the latest episode of the MyT Sports Podcast on YouTube. Either or is perfectly fine by me. Once you do so, please take the time out to do something that I rarely ever tell you to do, because generally I forget, and I keep forgetting it should be something I even tell you to do. But please like and share. Like, I never ever say that. You realize that, right? I never tell anybody. Yeah, that just shows you how much I do this like for so much love. But please like and share as well. If you can, the podcast, I would really appreciate that. And if you can, make your way down to a live show. I would like to hear you guys. I would like to have you guys call in and actually join us. I see all you guys' comments. I see all of them. Trust me. I see and I read every single comment. I get them on my phone. They pop up on my phone at 3:49 in the morning. Like, I get them all. But as we say, party hard, enjoy everything, and regret nothing. Listen, we have a couple of party weekends coming up. We have COVID still lingering, so we hope you guys continue to be safe and continue to catch a wave that never subsides. My boy Chill Will, as always, I do appreciate you calling into the podcast, KJ. I appreciate you always making the time to come through when you do have the time. I know things may change, but I do appreciate right now while you have the time, you consistently coming through. Everybody else, you guys stay safe. This is Talent Omar Taylor, MyT Sports Podcast. He is
Freaky Friday.
He is Freaky Friday, or he is KJ the Quiet Storm on Freaky Friday, telling you guys to get freaky and stay freaky on Friday.
Stay
as if
freaky
it was Christmas.
every day.
Ho,
Fuck it.
ho, ho.
Just be freaky on Friday. When Max Kellerman has to actually talk positive about the Knicks, I love it. I saw the Knicks do this thing like that. I was like,
Because Instagram always, Instagram cuts out my shit anyway. It doesn't matter.
Accumulated in her 95 years, and that's a menschy thing to do. I'm happy that you see your mom in the home every day. That's great, Richard. And Richard from Manhattan has a lot of good ideas. I stole his idea the other day without attribution. I repeated it on First Take, and he and his mother